Ain't about your bread and I can't fuck with ya. I thought you was 100, but you showed me 50. You said you was gonna ride, huh? And the coupe that's parked outside, that bitch looks so expensive. I bet it cut your eye, huh?
Hey bro, we got Fredo, Santana, Chiraq, Demon. No cap, let's hop into this.
All drill fans know Chief Keef, but only the realest fans know that his cousin was also a Chicago legend, and at one time, he wanted to kill the Migos. Let's step into the career and come up of Fredo Santana. Fredo was born on the 4th of July in 1990. He grew up with two brothers and was raised by his grandmother, great-grandmother, mother, and aunt in Parkway Gardens, aka O Block. His dad was in and out of his life, and Fredo jumped off the porch at an early age. He once shared a pic on Instagram that showed his pops with a pistol in one hand and his infant son in the other.
Damn.
So, Fredo's been around crime and violence since birth. At 12 years old, he started selling drugs and joining the Black Disciples not long after. At that time, there was no O Block yet, and Fredo was from a set called Front Street. Fredo quickly found himself getting in trouble with the law and got locked up for the first time at just 12 years old. He got locked up again at 14 for hitting a teacher and got sent to juvie. He later got out on probation, but decided he was done with school and he wanted to be a rapper. Early on, Fredo was inspired by rappers from New Orleans like Master P and Lil Wayne. But when he got older, he listened to other rappers like 50 Cent and Gucci Mane. He got his first tattoo at 17, which was a face tat, so he was fully committed to either the streets or a rap career. Chief Keef was 5 years younger than Fredo, but they was blood cousins.
You get a face tat.
Growing up, they formed a close bond, and Fredo taught his cousin about the street life, while Keef helped him perfect his rap skills. Fredo saw his cousin's talent early on and decided to start managing him. Even though Keef is considered the king of drill now, the cosign from Fredo really allowed him to take over Chicago. Fredo was well respected in the streets, and half the reason Keef had the confidence to take the risk he did with his career. He was backed up by one of the most fierce savages in Chiraq. In 2010, when Keef first started building a buzz in his city, Fredo got locked up again. When he got out after like 2 years, he saw that Keef and his day one homie Lil Reese was starting to blow up. So he focused more on the music to try to make it out the streets for good. He dropped his first official track, Hitter, which did decent numbers because of his association with Keef and GBE. In March 2012, Chief Keef dropped his first big hit, I Don't Like, which featured the bar from Lil Reese. Fredo in the cut, that's a scary sight, introducing the world to the legend of Fredo Santana. Even though GBE was well known in Chicago at the time, I Don't Like blew the top off for the drill movement and made them all famous on a national level. Fredo dropped his first mixtape, It's a Scary Sight, in 2012, quoting the bar from Reese that made him famous. Chief Keef may have been the star, but Fredo started building his own cult audience who liked his raspy flow and menacing look. He continued to drop tapes over the next few years, including Fredo Kruger, Street Shit, and Ain't No Money Like Trap Money. On top of starting his own rap career, he also created Savage Squad Records and still helped manage his cousin and some of his homies as they started blowing up in the industry. When Kanye remixed I Don't Like in 2013, it gave them an even bigger platform to reach more fans and gain connections in the industry. That same year, Fredo was in the music video for Drake's hit song, Hold On We're Going Home, and he plays the dude who kidnaps Drake's girl. He would also drop his debut studio album, Trappin' Ain't Dead, which featured guest appearances from some of his boys from Chicago, like Keef, G Herbo, and Gino Marley, and also major names in the industry like Pee Wee Longway and Kendrick Lamar. So Fredo and GBE were linking up with some of the biggest artists in the game and were respected by the street rappers as well as the pop stars. But everyone wasn't with the GBE movement, and in 2013, they got into a public beef with the Migos, and Fredo threatened to kill him. The Migos first broke into the industry in 2013 with the song Versace, not too long after Keef blew up. Even though Keef and Fredo were from Chicago and the Migos were from Atlanta, they was kinda in the same lane with the music. So there was already tension over who was gonna be the #1 group of this new wave. The beef started after Keef thought the Migos had dissed him in a song. In December 2013, Keef tweeted, "Heard Migos sneak dissing, no talking." Instead of denying it and trying to clear anything up, Offset responded to Keef, tweeting, "We'll be in Chiraq next week, pull up." Takeoff also jumped in, tweeting, "Sneak diss who? Pull up. Hashtag don't tweet, pull up." Keef responded by mocking the Migos and tweeted, "LOL, pull up. Hashtag call me Sosa Santa." Not long after, the Migos dropped the song Jealousy, Chief Keef diss, where they took shots directly at Keef. They also did a show in California where Keef lived, and again, told him to pull up while they was there. But Keef was in rehab and wasn't about to leave to go run a fade with the Migos. This led to Offset tweeting, "All these rappers know they p***y anyway." Keef then dropped the tracks Mando and Pull Up, which were both Migos disses, referencing their hit song Bando, and the line they kept tweeting on Twitter. In March 2014, the Migos was in a crazy shootout while driving down the highway in Miami, and many assumed it was tied to the beef with Chief Keef. Then, in May 2014, Migos announced they were shooting a music video with none other than Lil Durk and Keef's own hood, O Block. At the time, Durk and Keef was also beefing after Keef refused to bail Durk out of jail in 2013. Go peep our video on Glow Gang vs. OTF, War and O Block for more info on this beef. So Durk would tweet, Migos can come to O Block and shoot our video. Migos replied by tweeting, who said we can't? Durk responds with, a nobody. Durk's co-sign of the Migos was also approved by Boss Top, another O Block member, who was also beefing with Keef for not bailing him out of jail. Boss Top supposedly ran through Keef's crib and stole a few items, specifically his Johnny Dang chain while Keef was in court. Boss Top doubled down on the disrespect by taking a pic with the Migos while rocking a stolen chain. So, involving Keef's childhood friends, even if they was also beefing at the time, showed it was going further than just music. In November 2014, there was an altercation between the Migos and a rapper from GBE named Capo at a restaurant in Chicago. The Migos posted a video to their IG clowning Capo in the restaurant with the caption, caught at El Cap GGUOD, slipping last night in the city. It's hard to tell what actually went down, but Capo responded by tweeting, Migos soft as hell. Y'all just had 20 and I was by myself. Link. At this point, Fredo wasn't just about to sit on the sidelines. When it was just sneak disses and music, he gave him a pass. But once they started playing with one of his boys, he had to step in and shut it down. He tweeted to the Migos, I'm in LA. Stop playing with Capo on BD before I get your whole camp killed. Facts. My word is law, so don't test. Then he tweeted, I will do the time for it, with an emoji with sunglasses. He continued tweeting, on BD, this shit go for any rap. You will die playing with me, and I will go to jail without a care. I'm the right motherfucker to play with on BD. And whoever riding with them is an enemy, and I hope y'all know what I do to enemies, followed by the devil emoji. So Fredo wasn't just talking to the Migos. He was also getting at dudes from O Block, like Durk and Boss Top, who co-signed the disrespect. Even though they beef was with Keef, Fredo had so much respect in the city that once he drew that line, nobody would cross it. About a week later, the Migos got into a huge fight with GBE at a show in DC, where Quavo allegedly had his chain snatched. Keef then posted to his Instagram, showing off the stolen chain, proving GBE took it. But instead of revenge, the Migos decided to squash the beef before it got too wild. In December 2014, Keef posted a pic with the Migos after meeting up in LA, showing the beef was over and that it was all just a big misunderstanding. Rumors are that industry OGs like Gucci Mane and Coach and P from QC stepped in and made sure that it wouldn't result in real violence.
What the fuck?
Chicago was a whole different world, and once Fredo said he was willing to kill and go to jail, they knew it had to end before someone got hurt.
Nah, that's
that
crazy.
Story shows just how influential Fredo was, not just in Chicago, but the overall rap game. When it was all sneak disses and Twitter talk, he let it slide.
Like, Fredo talking hot shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, hot shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how y'all came together. I don't know, bro. Love y'all. God bless you. I'm finna see y'all, bro.